Oh, Holly, you're the sweetest tool in the box. No, today we're not going to kill the bat. We're going to review the Joker movie. Well, if you've tuned into this, it's probably because the title. Yes, today I am reviewing the Joker movie. You've all been waiting for it. You all have been waiting for this a long time, so I thought, let's put you out your misery. Tell you what I thought. I'm going to try my best to put no spoilers in this, right? But I can't really promise anything, so maybe spoilers, maybe not. To start off, I can't really talk about this Joker movie without actually mentioning the opening earnings for the box office. Now, I was going to say believe it or not, but I know you can believe it. This movie has broken box office records. It took in 93.5 million green presidents in just domestic sales on the opening fucking weekend. 140 million overseas. That's 234 million globally. Hud that, Marvel. Hud that. So we've had Jack Napier, we've had Joseph Kerr, and now we have Arthur Fleck. A whole new origin story for the man. Is the name Fleck? Arthur Fleck, is there any significance to that name? I don't know. But what is a fleck? Well, a fleck is a small particle of light or colour, so take from that what you will. Incidentally, the light painting in this movie is outstanding. 10 points to the lighting director on this one. This is also the closest rendition of the comic book Joker we have ever seen. There's no references to Batman at all in it. Well, kinda wee spoiler here. Bruce Wayne's parents are still alive in this timeline. So, there you go. It's also the first time we get to see the Joker apply his face paint. How cool is that? Opening shots, straight away, comic book formula for the colouring. Anyone who's a comic book fan knows that comic books are 4 colours strong. Reds, greens, yellows and blues run through the whole movie. It's the 4 main colours, and they cleverly use these colours to match the mood of whichever scene you're in as well. Arthur's mental health is explored in this movie. Well, the Joker's mental health is explored in this movie. Anyone who's bipolar or suffers from severe depression will definitely find 1 or 2 relatable aspects of the Joker's personality. It's amazing script writing and fucking outstanding performance that nails this. We also learn that the Joker's laugh is a tic due to his mental health. Now that's pretty cool, I like that. We get to meet the Joker's therapist. Of course he's got a therapist, he's the Joker. Well, I mention this because they were very clever in how they filmed the therapist office scenes. In terms of light, it's a dark scene, so big ass lenses were needed to let in. The bigger the lens, the more light that comes in. I was blown away by this scene. I think they used a different lens for every shot in this scene. At least 4 lenses for one wee scene, I reckon. Look out for it yourself now that you know. The use of lenses for light intake to express the mood of the scene is also apparent in the scenes on the steps. The first time we see the steps, it's dark lit and the Joker's walking up the steps with his head hanging down all gloomy. And then the second time we see these steps, it's all bright. Lots of bright colours going on, it's daylight, and the Joker's dancing down these steps. It's complete 180 degrees from the first time you get to see that scene. Now, Arthur's relationship with his mother. I'm not going to go into details about that too much because I don't want to give you any spoilers, but if you've ever watched the Gotham TV series and you know the relationship Penguin had with his mum, it's kind of similar. It's got that kind of feel about it, so I like to think that was a wee nod to the Gotham TV series. Robert De Niro. Incidentally, if you've ever seen The King of Comedy with Robert De Niro, check that out. It's an awesome movie. Well, I think Arthur's character in Joker is loosely based on Robert De Niro's character in King of Comedy. So if you've not seen that, check that out and then tell me what you think about that yourself. Anyway, back to the Joker movie. De Niro's playing a talk show host named Murray something or other. I like to think that these talk show scenes were based on the comic book version where a reformed Joker is on the David and Doctrine? He's on the David something another talk show. And we all know what happened at the end of that interview. So, yeah, put 2 and 2 together on that. This movie seems to be, well, I hope it is, a lot of nods to a lot of really cool stories that happened in the Joker's mythos. story. The talk show scenes are also heavy, four-colour strong as well. Joker has a love interest in his movie who isn't actually a squeaky-voiced nutjob. I'm just going to leave that there because Arthur slips very easily between fantasy and reality in this movie, so you decide on that one what you think's going on there. So rather than delve into the story and give too many spoilers away, which I've tried my very hardest not to do so far, did it live up to the expectations of the government warnings? What do you think? The movie itself is a brutal representation of society and how the system fails the very people that the system was put in place for. But it seems the only people that are up in arms over this movie are the rich middle class who can't relate to it at all. So is Joaquin Phoenix the best Joker? We all know Mark Hamill's number one, so let's have him give him the silver cup. It's okay to come in second when you're the Joker. Did I like the movie? I fucking loved the movie, and I'm probably going to watch it religiously for the rest of my life now. Every Sunday, the sermon starts with watching the Joker. Now, check this out. Camera slowly pans out, revealing a giant rictus grin. Pans out a little bit further to show you the Joker in a straitjacket on one of them Hannibal Lecter trolleys. And the whole of this Joker movie has just been an elaborate story that he's made up to seduce the mind of the doctor sitting next to him, who's writing down what he's saying and all that, interviewing him kind of thing. And who's that doctor? You got it. Dr. Harleen Quinzel. Cue movie 2. So there you go. Life is either a tragedy or a comedy, whichever is up to you. Thanks for tuning in. Ta-ta.